One of the ways you know that you're ready to start competing as a working actor is that you've landed on the medium that's going to open doors for you. What do I mean when I say that? You have settled on your primary bread and butter, your ride or die that comes most easiest to you. That's how you know, okay? Because the truth of it is this: if you start doing everything, right? Theater, film, TV, voiceover, modeling, choreography, directing, acting, singing. Like, you're not positioning yourself quite the way that you think you are. You're actually spreading yourself thin. Clarity equals opportunity. Does that make sense? Your medium is the craft lane that gives you the biggest shot of getting paid work. It doesn't mean that you can't cross over. It doesn't mean that you can't do other things or that you can't be a multi-hyphenate, but the industry needs a way to identify you. And your medium is how you're going to do that. For example, right? If your heart is in Broadway musicals, and if not Broadway musicals, maybe the stage, right? Then the medium of musical theater performance is the way in which you need to go. Again, if it's not Broadway, maybe if it's just straight plays or Shakespeare, the stage is where you need to be. Yeah? If you're someone that's drawn to storytelling on camera, so film and television, maybe that's the medium that you need to be doing. If you're someone that's a mover and your medium could be dance performance or choreography, you see where I'm going with this? And I would say the same thing about modeling. I would say the same thing about singing. And I would say the same thing about being a creative, right? If you are drawn to a certain aspect of that medium, whichever medium you're desiring to choose, that's where you need to be. So when you land on the medium, you give casting directors and reps and producers an easy yes. They know exactly what rooms to call you into. Here's the mistake that I see all the time. And I know it's a mistake because I also made the same mistake. I can do it all. I want to do everything. Again, that's not necessarily as helpful as you think it's going to be because the market doesn't want to buy generalists. They want to buy specialists. Until you're established, casting isn't looking for I can do it all. They're looking for this is the exact person I need for this role. So instead of being half ready for 10 things, be 100% ready for one. That's the difference between someone that's going to be aspiring to actually working. And let me just say this. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. But when the student is truly ready, the teacher will disappear. But do you see what I'm saying? You have to be 100% committed to the thing that is going to open doors for you. Again, I'm not saying you can't do it all. If you know that you are exceptionally good at posing in front of a camera, let that be the thing that gets you in. If you know you can sell it from here to Timbuktu any which way, giving drama, then do that. Of course, this breaks it down into finer points, but I need you to find the principle that's going to get you in the door. So you're probably asking, how do I know which medium is right for me? Meaning you. I want you to ask yourself these 3 questions. Where do I consistently get the strongest feedback? Be it in auditions or training or coaches. What are they observing that I'm not? What are they noticing about me that I'm good at that I'm not? And I'm going to need you to start auditing those conversations. I'm going to need you to start auditing when people give you that feedback. And I'm not saying that you take it as the gospel truth of end all of be all, but there's something else to consider, especially when it's coming from an objective point of view. Because we, subjectively, when we're in it, we can't see it because we're too close to the source. You get me? Question 2, where do I feel the most flow? The work that doesn't feel like work. What comes easiest to you? What are you good at? What can you do so easily like the back that nobody else can do? You get me? And then which medium aligns with my long-term career vision? If you're not sure yet, listen, that's okay. But start with where the doors are opening. Pay attention to those signs, opportunities, right? Opportunity, is 90% preparation and 10% luck. Because sometimes the industry will tell you before you've decided. So start paying attention to those opportunities that show up. When you land on your medium, you're going to stop wondering and start building. You're going to start making intentional choices and not just waiting in the weeds, okay? You'll know where to train, what market to enter, who to network with, and how to present yourself. That's when you can say confidently, I know I'm ready, okay? You'll stop guessing, I hope this works, to I know exactly what I'm doing. Let me ask you this. Have you landed on your medium? If you found this helpful, subscribe. and share it with an artist who needs to hear this so they can own their art and run their business.